World, how you doing? Welcome you to the best show on television, the ultimate peace talk, brought to you by Leeback Entertainment and Beauty Company, a show where we talk about peace, progress, and unity, whilst engaging the mindsets of our future leaders towards peace, unity, and progress. With your host, Isaac Yami. Alright, cool. So as usual, this show we talk about peace, unity, and progress. And with me today, I have Shikane.
Hi.
Awesome. I got that right?
Yes, you did.
Shikane. Awesome. Yeah. So at this juncture, I'll allow you to introduce yourselves and what you basically all about.
Well, we are a girl group called Chicane. My name is Uche, and I'm a member of Chicane. We're a girl group from Nigeria, and we're sisters.
Yep. My name's Nkem,
and my name is Ifeanyi Chukwu.
Awesome. So, what's the brief history about Chicane? The name Chicane, basically. Start off.
So it's a very complicated story. Basically, it's just our names combined together.
Our English names.
Our English names, yeah. So it's
so my English name is Shay.
I'm Kay, and Anime.
Yeah.
So that's Shay.
But basically, the history of the group is we are sisters. And we've been singing for since childhood.
Okay.
We released our first professional single in 2013, and we've been making music since. So that's basically a brief history of the group.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but then we're gonna go into depth with more of your stuff and more of the project that you're handling. Mm-hmm. But for today, for right now, generally, let's talk about peace, unity, and progress.
Yeah.
What's the importance of African unity? The whole African Israel. I'm from Zimbabwe, and yeah, so you Nigerians, and why is it important that Africa really unites? And as people who are abroad, like I'm abroad, you guys are abroad, and seeing all of that perspectives and everything, why do you think it's important if we want to go and move forward as Africa to be better? Why is it important that we unite?
I think the general principles of business and progress is that there's power in numbers. I think everybody can agree that that's a general principle. And I think that, when you try and do things by yourself, it makes it very difficult and it takes it longer to achieve your goal. But when you unite and you join forces with other people, that means that you combine your resources, you combine your workforces, you combine intelligence, skills, ideas, ideologies, so if Nigeria can learn from Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe can learn from Ghana from, we're all sharing our ideas, it makes us stronger as a nation. Just like Europe have the European Union, don't they have the EU, and they all share ideas and share resources and that's the reason why they're so powerful. So it's the same principle. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I just feel like we as black people, I feel like it's difficult enough, in this world for us to even progress in life. I just feel like, as Anime said, it's like power in numbers is very important, and I do believe that unity will make us stronger. Yeah.
I agree with everything they said. I think they've said it all. I think numbers are really important, and I think, like, for instance, Nigeria is probably, they're seen as the giants of Africa, and because we're an oil producing country, but it's mainly because of our population. We're a very populous country, and with that, even though we only have oil, because there's other African countries that have more resources, but because we have oil and we have the numbers, it makes us the giants of Africa. So I think if everybody unites and everybody combines for everything, whether that's entertainment, the economy, all different kind of things. Agriculture is really important as well. So I think if we can all unite and learn from our, brothers and sisters in different countries, I think that would definitely make us a lot stronger as Africa as a nation. Another thing as well is the West are looking at Africa now to come back and take what we have again, whether that's entertainment, resources, whatever. I mean, they're already taking the resources, but now they're seeing the potential in Africa. And part of the reason why slavery and all of the things happened, colonization happened, was because they saw the strength in the black man, and if they allowed the black man to rise and unite, there was going to be a problem, which is why they caused division with slavery and, you know, and all of that. So I think it's really important for us to unite just for that alone, not to allow the white man to come back and do it again.
That's awesome. So what do you think we can do basically to start uniting, or do we shout this, like do we announce it like let's start uniting, or what are the ways you think we could do this generally?
So I think one of the ways, like what you mentioned about agriculture, like a lot of African countries, we import a lot of stuff from China, from Japan, from, you know, when we have people producing it in Africa. So, you know, whether it's Zimbabwe or South Africa or whatever, there are other African countries that import things, the same things that Japan produce, the same things that China produce, but because it's you know, because for whatever we've convinced ourselves that anything black is low quality, we don't patronize. Yeah, we don't patronize each other because we've bought into that ideology that unfortunately the brainwashing, that slavery, the Western, you know, the Western ideology that anything white is right and anything black is wrong. You know, so we don't support each other. So I think importing from other African countries did business with each other instead of only going to the West. I think that would strengthen. Obviously, the West don't want that, you know. But I think trading, I think trading amongst African countries. African countries said, right, for 24 months, we are only going to trade with each other. We would cripple the world. We would cripple the world, you know. And I'm sure they would cause wars and whatever. But you've got to. How can I say it? No battle was won without people dying, and it's just if we really want true freedom, then we're, you know, I'm not saying that we should all go out and die.
It shows about peace again.
Nobody's dying. No. But all I'm saying is that the kind of change that we want and the kind of peace that we want, people are going to have to make sacrifices, and that means that we're probably going to have sanctions from the West, because if African countries say we are only going to trade in Africa and nowhere else, that means that the West are going to say, okay, we're going to stop giving you money, we're going to stop giving you all the things that we give you, so you guys can do what you want. And that's going to take sacrifice, and that does mean that people are going to die. That does mean that there's going to be suffering for a short period. But then once you get over that, because I think was it Japan, was it South Korea that did the same thing, and now they're kind of like one of the most powerful countries.
South Korea actually does.
They did the same thing. You know, I think it took them like 10 years to do it.
The thing is, I mean, I think that is probably a little more difficult because obviously South Korea is one country. We're talking about 52 countries uniting with different religions, different ideologies, different everything. So I think it'd probably be more realistic even to say, all right, we're just going to, you know, if every country would agree to maybe import or to export and import from African countries, maybe 50%, rather than maybe not 100%, but at least let there be a condition, let there be a number that we say, okay, we're going to do business with each other for so amount, you know, just to avoid the sanctions, because a lot of the stuff that we get from the West, you know, a lot of the aid and stuff, you know, it helps a lot of countries that are very, very underdeveloped and stuff. Yeah, so I think you know, it has to be done definitely perfectly on stages. But another way I think we can do it as well is, which we have kind of been doing it, is with entertainment. I think entertainment is something that is really powerful in Africa. It kind of takes your mind away from the stress away from the poverty, away from all the seriousness of all the serious issues that happen in Africa. And I think entertainment is such a huge force and such a huge part, a money-making machine as well in Africa. And I think if the African artists and African, you know, the different, I'm not sure what the Zambia film industry is called, but obviously you have Nollywood, you have Gollywood, you have so many different, different, so even if the movie industries would unite, and you know, the musicians are starting to collaborate more with each other as well, and I think that kind of thing will also bring about unity as well and help distribute the wealth a little bit, you know, in terms of if the money's coming from entertainment. So I think I think there's lots of ways we can do it, you know.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. And as you mentioned about entertainment and as you're artists as well, and do you think you have more responsibilities other than just being entertainers when you look at the community? And which responsibilities do you think you have with artists? Because she alluded that it could be a very good way to actually unite people. And I do agree. And what are these responsibilities that you think you have just other than entertaining?
I think the principle of giving back is really important, you know, because entertainers, you know, are very lucky to be paid to do something that they enjoy and to do something they love and passionate about, and that's something that's really fun as well. And you know, I think if your fans support you and they help you to become wealthy, then I think it's only fair that you give back to the community. So whether you support schools, you sponsor children to go to school, you give scholarships, you pay for childcare, healthcare, whatever it is that you do, I think it's important as individuals as well to give back to the community. So not only look to the government, I think we as individuals and we as citizens of our countries need to do our bit and give back.
We do that though.
Yeah, we do.
You do that.
We have a foundation. Yeah.
Wow.
We have 2 foundations.
Okay. What are they called?
So there's one called the Antonia Children's Foundation.
What exactly what does this foundation really do?
So basically we try and go to motherless baby shelters, give food, give clothing. We try and do as many like food drives and clothes drives as well, where people can come and just take even clothes, our own clothes we would give away. Clothes that we use for shows, performances, clothes we bring them all and people can come and take.
So basically, the Antonia's Children's Foundation was named after our mother, our late mum, and her emphasis was always on supporting women and children.
Okay.
So that's basically the emphasis of the organisation. So in terms of donating clothes and stuff like that, we tend to focus more on women and children. Women empowerment, and that's kind of definitely our motto. We want to empower women. So in terms of our workforce, like if we shoot a music video, we make sure 95% of the people on the set are females.
Okay.
So if we the other organisation that we have is called the Glow Network.
Okay.
And the Glow Network stands for Girl, Lady, Woman Network.
Women empowerment as well.
So it's kind of what we focus on, and specifically women of colour. Yeah.
Wow.
So the Glow Network, we did our first festival in December in Lagos, and it only had female performers. Niniola was the headliner. We also headlined, and we had female DJs, female everything.
The dinner was amazing.
It was good. It was good.
For our first one, yeah. And we intend to do another one this year. And it's just basically a women empowerment festival, and it's an opportunity to give women of colour a platform because, especially in the urban music scene.
Women of colour.
Yeah. So basically, the Glow Network Festival is an opportunity for women of colour to have a platform in entertainment to, whether they're rappers or singers, to showcase their talent. Because most of the festivals and shows that take place, the bill, you might have like one female on the lineup. And us as females, we get that all the time. Like you just have like one female. So we decided we're going to do our own.
Oh, that's
basically where it came about. Yeah.
That's really, really incredible. So I'm impressed. Right? I am chuffed. But then more in depth about you guys, like your music and everything. I want you to take me back to the first time you wrote your first song.
Wow.
You don't know.
How you started?
I wrote my first song in the toilet.
Wow.
Usually inspiration comes
Well, just keeping it real.
So did you start individually and then say, oh yeah, we sound great together, or it was just all together, like all of a sudden you all sang together, or it was individually finding it? I think you two are twins.
Yeah. So we started.
Uh-huh.
Me and Ifeanyi started in a group. called Shalan, and we were like.
Oh, before that, we were actually in another group.
Yeah, we were like the twins, you know, because we were basically the only black people in our school. So every time we was singing or dancing, oh yeah, twins, they would always call us because we're black and we can sing. So they would, so we would always be singing. So from there, you know, and our household as well was very musical. You know, our parents and our dad used to listen to a lot of music, so we were heavily influenced by music growing up. But when we got into teenage years, you know, we wanted to take the group a bit more seriously, and we wanted Kay to join the group. But she was an actress, and she didn't want to go and join the group.
Excuse me, by the way, to actually coerce her to.
Yeah, well, it was our mum. It was our mum that made her join. Yeah, because she didn't want to do it. I'm an actor, you know, I don't want to join. So.
But it worked out for the best.
Definitely.
I do believe. So, any upcoming projects, albums, or all that sort?
We've got quite a bit actually. So we have so much music, and it's like we've actually been going back and forth on what to release first, and we've just decided we're going to release it all. So basically, to start with,
it's going to be avalanche.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a EP that we've recorded, a South African EP actually. It's produced by South African DJs, and it's a mixture of South African house and Guam, we don't know how to say it, but Guam music, and it's basically South African music. So that's like, we've got like 7 songs on that, and then we have another single that we're dropping actually in 3 weeks, and that is produced by Blaze Beats, and that's going to be dropping first in Nigeria, and that song is called This Year, and it's basically about that it's our time, and it's a song for everybody, an inspirational song for everybody, and just basically claim your blessings. Like, this year you're going to achieve what it is you're going to achieve. Yeah.
You're so inspiring. Wow, you're so inspiring. Cool. And as we draw to the close, basically, what are your influences in general? You Shekane, come on, you Shekane. So who influences you guys?
So I think so for me, I'm influenced by all of the amazing African artists doing great things. Like for me, because I remember before, I mean, as African artists, we've always felt that our music is international, but the international market has never given us an acknowledgement. So anytime we would be asked who our influences were, they were always international artists, which they still are. You know, we're still influenced by international producers like Pharrell, Timbaland, Kanye, Teddy Riley, you know, all of the, you know, and then you've got like the rock bands like Coldplay and Snow Patrol, and then you've got the Beyoncés and the Rihannas. So we're still influenced by that because, you know, we're just as much Western as we are African. But for me now, as an African artist, my influences are 100% the African artists that are opening doors for me. You know, because I look at what they're doing and I'm so inspired. I'm just in awe. You know, they're doing amazing things. You know, like Fally Ipupa, Tiwa Savage, Davido, Wizkid. You know,
and even
Vanessa Mdee. There's so many other.
Nasty,
Casper. You know, there's so many amazing artists, you know, that are around the African continent doing great things. And one of the things that we want to do is travel to other African countries and find out who's hot, collaborate with them, and shine the light on them as well. Because it's not just about Nigeria, it's not just about Ghana, it's not just about, you know, all of the other countries have amazing things to offer as well. So. Yeah, I'm inspired by African artists. That's who I love. So yeah.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah, it's exciting. Aren't you excited by what's happening?
I am, to be honest, like the dominance that we're having
as
artists and everything. We're putting our stamp out there.
Yeah, and do you know what I love? I love the confidence that we have now. Because I felt like before we kind of were made to feel like we shouldn't be proud of being an African. It's almost like it was something to be ashamed of. Do you know what I mean? But now it's kind of like, no, like, we're African and we're proud. Do you know what I mean? And I think with that, and to go back to your unity thing, I think the more African pride that we have as Africans, I think that will help us unify as Africans as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Thank you very much. I definitely enjoyed this. I'm enlightened. Everything great has just been awesome on you guys, and I wish you all the best.
Thank
in all
you.
your endeavors
Thank
and all those projects you're doing. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching the Ultimate Peace Talk. That was Shakay, and they were dropping some good knowledge and how Africa is supposed to be united, and not only Africa generally. The whole world should be united, but it starts with us because we've been left in the game, and we're coming for every single person so that we can be in the race, so that we can be one race as Africans. Follow us on our socials, and the Ultimate Peace Talk as always. Isaac Yami out.